Good morning to all YouTubers. How you guys doing? This is good old Grandmaster Evan here, and you're watching the Anonymous Liberty Media, brought to you by the Worldwide Resistance Network. It is 1:30 in the morning. It is February 6th, 2018. And welcome. Drink a little water here. Getting a cold. I'm up early. I should be asleep by now, but I came across a video this evening that kind of want to get in touch on. And any night owls out there, leave a comment. I'm gonna leave a little thing here where you could comment and just comment on your thoughts, all night owls. And now what we're going to talk about is the importance of online privacy, PC and mobile devices. Now, I want to start with the PC first. The compatible computer, whether it's a desktop or laptop. Now, over time, the term privacy became really important, very important, and all of it came from the idea of, MIs, all the high-tech school dudes and dudettes and whatnot who went to these tech schools and wanted to learn about computers and learn about programming and other stuff. Now, in the mid-'80s, there was a guy that came out with a program called PGP, Pretty Good Privacy. And it was given out to everybody for free to put on their computers. And now the PGP has evolved not just home, also laptops and even mobile devices. Now, I'm a big the laptop and the term smartphone. I like it, but it's when that term came out, I got blown away on the whole concept of the smartphone. Now, instead of worrying about the privacy, we're all worried about how good the mobile device is. Same with the laptop. Now, the laptop, you could carry it around with you and everything else. And at the time, it was like this. It was like that freaking big, like huge. I mean, this thing weighed about 30 pounds, almost about 25. Well, you could say about 15, 20 pounds. That because it was can't say 20 pounds because maybe about 10 to 15, about 10 maybe. Let's say 10. Okay, 10. Because it was this huge, giant thing. You could carry it around. And you carried it like a book, like you're holding a freaking book and shit. Now we've got tablets. Tablets have been brought into the big game. I mean, we've all used we all use mobile devices for a very long time, and over time, the term PGP. Now, I want to get back to that now. PGP stands for Pretty Good Program, pretty good privacy. I'm sorry, pretty good privacy. Over the 80s, mid 80s to about mid to late 80s, around there. So, and this was a time where you had geeks, nerds, and what I call it, came together and to have fun at these tech schools. It was like a Disneyland for nerds. Yeah, Disneyland for nerds, because you could do anything. You could put your mind at work on anything. High tech. Now the legends in this matter are, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Now Steve Jobs was, you could say, a more of a more concerned over, behind it all, he was morally anti-establishment, but willing to build company up. IBM was like the big top dog in the high tech industry. Okay, IBM wanted nothing to do with Apple. Apple was like a little kid in the sandlot, while IBM was a big kid ready to kick sand in Apple's face. Now, over that time, Apple got pretty big, getting big and big. But over time, IBM kind of felt like Apple was stepping on their shoe, kind of taking away the limelight, taking away the spotlight, as you will. Well, Microsoft was a software designer. They designed software, Windows and stuff. And a lot of, just a lot of companies. God damn it. Okay. A lot of companies that dealt with high tech, computer and whatnot, it was pretty easy back in the day. Apple was the first to use a mouse. But it was connected by a cord, not like the wireless ones we got these days. And a lot of companies didn't think. Look, Apple's onto something here. Apple's onto something here. And Apple was ahead of its time. And while it's happening, you got these guys at these tech schools like MIT and so on and so forth, and they started to work the idea of privacy, how to do things private, so Big Brother won't be snooping in this shit, Trying out a Texas Instrument. This kid, in school, and I liked it. It was pretty good computer, and it was a lot different. Texas Instrument was a scholastic type setting of networks and stuff for schools and stuff, and it was awesome back in the day. Really cool back in the day, and the 80s were kind of somewhat a simpler time these days, simpler time back then, as they were today. You didn't have this. Back then, you couldn't hook up to the internet unless you were working in the government shit, where you dealt with emails and stuff like that, and it was kind of a big boom, big boom, and PGP came pretty big in the computer industry, Apple and IBM stuff, and if you can hack anything, you could hack from a good distance and shit. You could be, say, you could be from Spokane, Washington, and you could be hacking all the way to Europe, or you could be as far as Ukraine, and you could hack into NASA's shit. You know, the art of hacking is kind of a motif, kind of an art, kind of like a skill, some kind of skill. You know, you coding and this and whatnot, and but it was when the 90s came in, really big. Windows started to get pretty big with their stuff. Apple still built their computers, and Steve Jobs was building the Mac, a separate company compared to next to Apple, and it was a Macintosh. And after he came back to Apple, he brought the Macintosh. And one of the biggest things ever was back then was the dial-up internet in the 90s, the dial-up internet. I mean, it sucked then, and it sucked now. I mean, people are still using a dial-up. I mean, why use a dial-up? I mean, you're not going to. I mean, you're going to be sitting there for a good 5, 10, 15 minutes until your computer, until you're on, and so on and so forth. And nowadays, you got broadband, you got wireless internet, you got broadband type internet, and everything else. And the mobile, the cell phone, the cell phone craze. I mean, come on. I mean, cell phones went from a brick to just a tiny thing, to just a little tiny thing. You couldn't text, you couldn't do anything. All they could do was make calls and get calls. That's it. You couldn't text, you couldn't get on the internet or anything else, but just to call and, hey, I got a cell phone. Oh man, the pagers were pretty big too back then. I mean, if you're either some kind of drug dealer and you had certain codes you paged and whatnot, if you were out with the buddies and you were and whatnot, you got a page call home or whatever. And I had a pager. I had one. It was a turquoise colored pager. It was a freaking tiny thing, like really tiny and shit. And my bill for a month was like $51 a month for having a pager and shit. You know, I had a pager because I did a lot of walking. I walked a lot. I went out and did my shit outside and whatnot. And I didn't have change go to. I had some change, you know, or which can't do now because payphones are dying now. I mean, shit. And now, I mean, you were good, you know. Payphone, you're fine. You just call collect, you know. And over time, I mean, the idea of privacy never really kicked in until later in the years, you know, later in the years or something. You had people in the 90s. I mean, you still did your shit, you know. You still went online, did your shit, and you got mail. AOL got, I mean, the nostalgia of the '90s are going to be forever. I mean, come on, going to be forever. You know, like 20 years later. The music, the style, the clothes and whatnot are still going to be in the back of our minds and shit. Now, the importance of privacy online, whether on dial-up or it's wireless. Okay, whether it's wireless or not. You had a chance of, I mean, nobody thought back then of using HTTPS. Nobody thought of using Mozilla or Tor or whatnot. But the privacy of it all is everything started to get really weird until about 2001. That's 2001. I remember what happened that day. I do. I was asleep. I woke up from my phone call from my ex-mother-in-law telling me we were just attacked. What do you mean we were just attacked? They ran planes in the buildings. Bullshit. And she said, no, turn on TV. So I got up. You know, one of the Twin Towers were on fire, was smoking and shit, and they showed one of the planes hit the building and shit. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Tell me, did I or didn't I not see a plane go right to Twin Towers? I mean, shit. Then, after like a couple months after that, the Patriot Act was signed. 2 months later. Oh yeah. That means any call. Any call. Okay. Now this was, let's see, my son's gonna be 19 this month, so 17 years ago. 17 years ago. And the families are still angry. In the Patriot Act, your privacy is gone. It is fucking gone. That means your calls is recorded, it's put in a database of what was said, what was talked about, and whatnot. Put all over the country. Certain places looking for anybody suspicious. But now we're getting into the cell phone. Okay? You have phones now where you could send an email. Send an email. Okay? Now, the email thing has been around for a very long time, but it hasn't got as big as, you know, today. Nowadays, people are going with a encrypted email. Yeah. Encrypted email. Okay. Now, one of the most crazy things, okay, crazy shit, you know, is that it didn't get this insane until when BlackBerry and Apple, Nokia started to make their phones like this. You can download apps. Sometimes there's apps that you download that you might not know that it could record your shit. You could know. I mean, Facebook does it too. I mean, Facebook, Twitter, I mean, they all was said, what you typed and whatnot, and they could track where that was from. I mean, you could be in the bedroom, or you could be in down at the next Starbucks across town and shit, and hey, this is it here. You know? But the thing is, ever since it got really weird during the Obama administration, okay? Now there's apps that came out. I used to use it, and it was Seacrypt. Seacrypt was pretty good, and you had to pay a certain amount of money a month, and it's a lot of fucking money per month to your phone encrypted and whatnot. I mean, they're coming out with different search engines and browsers, because before was not Internet Explorer was absolute no secure. Nobody trusted it. I mean, it's like, holy shit. So, funny thing is, when I was setting up my internet, or a nice lady told me, asked me, what browser do I use? I said, well, I use Internet Explorer. Oh, do you mind if I, off the record, give you an idea? Yeah, why not? It work. To use two different browsers of my choice. Okay. One, Google Chrome, or Mozilla Firefox. Okay. I started to use Mozilla Firefox on my Dell that I haven't used in my forever and shit. I got a call I knocked off one day. Okay, one day. I said, I need help with something. My computer might be on the fritz or something, and I kind of need some help here. What Firefox? And that lady from Microsoft, she went absolutely freaking nuts. Absolutely nuts, because, sir, you need to remove Mozilla Firefox now. You need to be using our stuff. Why? I got no response. Not one response. Not, well, sir, we prefer you your stuff because we don't try. Like, I mean, the thing is, Mozilla Firefox is another search engine. Okay, search engine, also a internet browser. And I got on my phone. Let's see, where's it at? I like to use DuckDuckGo on my mobile, on my device. I use it on my iPhone. I use it on my little thing here. And what I liked about these apps, I also got Globus privacy browser. That's Globus, and I also use Orbit, and which is a pretty cool thing. It takes you online if you're searching, and I also use. Let's see what else. What else over here? Let's see. What else do I use here? I got here somewhere. Firefox Focus. Firefox Focus. Automatic private browsing. Browse, erase, repeat. Okay. Now they're coming out with these new. These and also Firefox Nightly, a modern mobile browser from Mozilla, the non-private committed to a free and open web. Yeah. What I love about these is also texting. Texting. There are different apps. I forgot. Tor. Tor is another search engine, also a web browser to protect your privacy. It sends your shit all over the place, but can't be caught here, One of the things that I like to use is Signal. I like to use Signal and Wickr. I like to use Signal and Wickr. One of the apps I like to use, I like to use too long ago. Okay, not too long ago. About a few years ago. About privacy. Okay. And the FBI started to use a device called the Stingray. Now the Stingray is a device. Sorry, it's a device that acts like a fake cell tower. Okay. Now this was used during about a couple of years ago during the election. Okay. And the Stingray was used by not just sheriff departments and FBI without a warrant. Okay, a warrant. Now, the Stingray is how police departments get around the warrant, get around the Fourth Amendment. Okay. Technically, they don't go around it; they violate it. There's a couple of apps where you can detect these these suitcase-sized devices and shit, and law enforcement uses them, and they'll drive in a black truck, tinted windows and all whatnot, and they will use the Stingray. So I found an app called, let's see, Stingwatch. Stingwatch. And I've been trying to look for an app, Snoop Snitch, but found out that Snoop Snitch is not a good app at all, period. Because supposedly it's not, somehow it's not good. So, but I learned that it's a good app to have on your phone. The only difference is okay, Now, I did a video on the difference between the three app stores from Android. If you, from Google, if you're using Android, the App Store if you have an iPhone, and Windows, their little App Store. The only way to get that app is you have to have an Android device, because Apple will not allow that type of app. Okay, they won't. Microsoft is the same thing. Okay, they're the same thing. These companies are very picky on what apps go on their app store. Very picky. Now, this guy that founded and created Gab, which is a friendly social media outlet. It's banned from Apple, Apple App Store, and it's banned by Microsoft's App Store on their phones. The only way to get it. That's why a lot of people have gone to Android more than the iPhone, more than the Windows Phone. They've gone to an Android device because Android is the Google Play Store has a lot to offer. Now, Amazon App Store is very limited on what you could download and what you get, because their App Store is you say it's infinitesimal. Infinitesimal. Because certain apps, like my son used to play Angry Birds, and Angry Birds was a game that it was a craze. It was a craze that lasted for quite a while, and all of a sudden you start hearing reports that if you're playing Angry Birds, hope you know Big Brother is recording your score. Like, wow. I didn't know Big Brother played Angry Birds. Holy shit. But the privacy in a mobile device is hard, just as hard as it is a PC. Okay, PC. Now, I would say, from my opinion, is a view. Be careful. Be careful. There's no difference between a PC and a mobile device, because my son and I got into an argument one day, and I said, if you think about it, it's a camera, video recorder, caller ID, entering machine, computer, a notebook, calendar, alarm clock, okay, and pager. And now, shit. Oh, sorry. And now, if you have an Android, now when I mentioned apps being banned in my last video, I mean it. There are things you can do with an Android device. I mean things you can do. If you have an Apple, you can fucking forget it. Windows Phone, absolutely fucking forget it. You can fucking forget it. But with the Android, oh, and the fun begins. Oh yeah. Now there are apps that Android that you get on the Android device. I mean, from the Google Play Store, and these apps do freaking work. If you were a hacker that could code, you could code on an Android device. And I mean, if you have Java, oh, Java's a good one. You have Java on your computer. Yeah, Java on your computer. And there are certain things you can do on the Apple iPhone or the Windows Phone. But with the Android, holy shit. I've talked to people online and I ask them, can you hack with a iPhone? I don't know. I never really tried it. Can you hack with a Windows phone that has Windows 10? I don't know. I never tried it. What phone can you hack with? Oh, as long as you have the Android, you are fine. You can do a lot of shit with Android. Really? Really? Well, my tablet here, it's a, let's see here. It needs to be charged here, so it's run off of Android Nougat. My phone here, Snapdragon, and I've never heard anybody taking an Android device and just hack with it. I mean, I've played Watch Dogs, okay, Watch Dogs. I'm amazed at what this character, Aiden Pierce, can do with his phone. Hacking someone's phone, hacking someone's computer, hacking the internet. But it gives the person, now the Android basically gives you the ability. I mean the ability to do a lot. Okay. I'm not tech savvy. I'm not tech savvy. I just like to be left alone, have a little privacy and whatnot. On my laptop here, I like to use Google Chrome, or I'll use Mozilla Firefox, or I'll use Tor, or I'll use Globus. And I kind of like all four, but I would prefer Tor or Mozilla or Globus. But lately, I've been using the Google Chrome. Now, just a few years ago, Geeks Phone and Silent Circle teamed up in a multinational project, a 5-year project, to bring out the Black Phone. So the Black Phone, you can do a lot, but not very much. Okay, not very much. The one thing that I did was I found an app in the Amazon App Store that was called Prism Break. Prism. And in that app, there was another app called AimSect. AimSect, there was an app that would be able to detect any stingray. And I've used it a few times, and it blew me away. It really blew me away. I would think that the whole privacy idea is that, if you don't want your text messages read, or if you want your emails to be read or not, get an app where you could just email with peace of mind. And One of the apps that Edward Snowden uses is Signal, and I think it's a pretty good app. I use it, and it get the. I mean, there's a lot of companies that are bringing out apps for your phone. Okay, like privacy apps where you could go on the internet anonymously and whatnot, and you are good. Okay, Tor is one of them. Mozilla Firefox is one of them too. So is Globus. Globus. Globus VPN. I do highly recommend it. I also highly recommend DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo is another. I mean, DuckDuckGo has been a major player in the privacy thing, along with Tor, Mozilla Firefox, and whatnot. And I mean, Mozilla Firefox has been also a big contributor in the privacy war, the war on privacy, into protecting your ability, your ability to surf the web anonymously, privately, safely, and have at least a peace of mind. And whether you're on your PC or your mobile device, you deserve a peace of mind. Now, I about what two or three views, but at least I got some views here. I mean, the importance of online privacy is that, I mean, back in the day, we all used Internet Explorer, and Internet Explorer was not secure at all whatsoever. It was susceptible to viruses and shit, no matter where you go. I mean, you could go and try the dark web, and then all of a sudden you get a virus. And the only way is, journalists, protesters, activists have been using privacy browsers, okay, privacy browsers to get their shit out, okay. Privacy activists love this stuff. They will use it big time. Now, law enforcement couldn't be able to find out what you search on the web, or what website you went on to, because the safety and privacy is very important. If you're texting, get a text app where it's secure, private, and encrypted. Now Apple iPhone is highly encrypted because it's 256 AES. Okay, 256 AES encryption. Now the Android, I don't know, but I do believe that it's up there with the Apple iPhone, because Google and Apple, when iOS came out, same time, Google did the same thing. They did the same thing. Okay, and I would say, hey, just but before I go, I want to have advice for some of you that don't care to be searched online. Here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. This is to you, the ones that are asleep. If you're so concerned on what you do on Facebook or Twitter or whatever you do, just remember, okay, what you put on your social media can be recorded, can be put in a database in a very big way. Or what you say or what you post, big time. Remember, now I mean remember, whether you're using a PC or a mobile device, your privacy is important, whether you like it or not. We all need a huge peace of mind. I want to hear from you, my viewers, my subscribers to the Anonymous Liberty Media, and fellow Anons. This is good old Grandmaster Revan asking you. I want to hear from you, your thoughts, your feelings on the whole privacy issue. I want to hear from you, my viewers, my subscribers, and my fellow Anons. I want to hear you. Comment below. Subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell on notification bells, because there can be a lot of videos on this months to come. I mean, the importance of it all is we're in a era now where privacy is needed as we speak. I mean, none of you would ever understand how much privacy even you need, because cameras are watching you. Shit, my webcam's watching me. My webcam's watching me. I'm filming here, okay? I'm wearing a hat with an American flag on it. So, I want to hear from you guys. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you disagree with me. I want to hear from you. What's your biggest fear when you go online? What's your biggest fear when you do yourself on social media? What is it that you fear the most online? All right. Again, this is good old Grandmaster Revan here. Please share this video. It's important. Not just for me, not just for you, but every single individual who have fear of losing their privacy, whether online or in life. It's your call. It's your call, not mine. When you're online, please be careful. Your safety is important, so is your privacy. But this comes from me. Good old Grandmaster Revan. This comes from me. And I'm also a privacy activist. I want privacy for myself too. Well, I believe in having a peace of mind. I believe in having some kind of privacy where I don't have anybody in a three-piece suit who's sitting behind a goddamn desk, looking in, listening, whatever. I want my fucking privacy. Right. It's my right. And it's also your right. I got another example here. Okay. about several years ago, okay, I bought my BlackBerry Curve 9300. Okay, I did a app called BlackBerry Messenger. Okay, in that app, the messages were encrypted. Oh yeah, very encrypted. And nobody in London, in England, can pick up any communication. Not at all. So they had somebody hack into the BlackBerry website to find out what was being said. Big time. Oh, big time. And even in Saudi Arabia, the BlackBerry Messenger cannot be used. Cannot be used. They don't like it because their spy agencies couldn't pick anything up. They couldn't find out what was said. BlackBerry is very the BlackBerry is kind of a black guy in the Middle East if you use one. So I mean, you have to be really careful. Okay, I mean, BlackBerry is one of my favorite phone companies. My cell phone makers, and there's also an app for iPhone and Android. Oh yeah, I could download BlackBerry Messenger on this phone. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. But the thing is, privacy is really important here. I mean, you have, I mean, FBI, CIA, NSA, GCHQ, MI5, MI6, whoever. They could do shit that you wouldn't possibly imagine. Okay, the CIA, now Vault 7 dealt with hacking, iPhones, iPad, big ass TVs and shit. They're recording you. They're recording you. Even even these companies are getting involved in the whole spy game. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You gotta love Steve Carell in the 40 over. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have. I mean, the whole thing. I mean, Patriot Act really fucked up for everybody here in this country. Really fucked it up. Anything you say, whether it's on a landline or on your mobile device, it is fucking recorded. Okay, the Simpsons movie proved it. Okay, you know, Bart, Lisa, and Marge were on the train. Okay, they're on the train, and they were talking and shit, and you got these people, this government body agency, just they're listening and everything else, and uh, they kind of caught on what Bart, Lisa, and Mark are saying and whatnot, yeah, and the whole, and they somehow found their location. That's how they fucking work. I mean, you could be saying some word that, I mean, you might not know, or they got this list of words, you know, these certain words. Now, if you say one of those words, all of a sudden it's a holy crap! They said the word on the list here. Gotta go get them. Why? Because they said a word. This is some childish fucking shit here. Okay, some childish fucking shit. Now, I'm not going to be. I'm not going to sit here and beat it around the bush. Okay. I find old cars fascinating. Old cars. I'm saying, say, from a 38 Volkswagen to a 39 Chevy panel wagon, 64 Thunderbolt, a 1980 Chevy Monza Spider. Because new cars, I like new cars too. But don't get me wrong, I prefer old cars. The reason new cars really kind of bug me is that they put this new technology in these cars. Okay, it's really weird technology in these cars as they do with the phones and shit. I mean, I think that they're overdoing it on this whole computer shit in your vehicle. You know? I remember the only thing you need in your car is your fucking stereo. That's all you need, stereo. You don't need you don't need a fucking internet for your goddamn car. Or I mean, Wi-Fi maybe a little bit, but I prefer a radio. I prefer radio because I mean it's just. I mean, you got cars like the Dodge Charger Hellcat. I mean, it has all the fucking bells and whistles and shit. Or you got the Honda Civic. Honda always gets the hate. Well, I don't know. Or you got those Ford Explorer. It's whatever it is. And the technology in those cars are out of this world. Fucking insane, you know? Really, really insane. Don't get it. I mean, whether you're driving a Dodge Challenger or a 39 Chevy panel wagon. The difference is, in one, you have radio, air conditioning, and whatnot. Other, you got GPS. You got all this fucking shit. All the bells and whistles. And I mean, it's just one of those things you have to realize. Privacy might be out the window here pretty soon. But when it comes to privacy online, it's a whole different ballgame. With these little guys here, you got Globus, you got DuckDuckGo, you got Orbit, you got fucking Mozilla Firefox, you got you got Google Chrome. I mean, you got Firefox Focus, Firefox Nightly, all these Signal and Wicker for your privacy text and shit. It's important that personal privacy is important. Now, there's a chick saying, I got no problem with them checking me. I got nothing to hide. Well, if you have nothing to hide, why are you letting them check you? Why are you letting them check you? I mean, your car can be clean as a toilet seat. Okay, clean, sparkly, whatever, no dirt at all. Your car can be as clean as a fucking whistle. Not one crumb, not one dirt, not one thing of dust. You get stopped. Oh. All of a sudden, the cop wants to off from over there. The cop and you are, and then all of a sudden they say, "Well, I believe I do smell marijuana." And your car, your vehicle can be as clean as a whistle. There's not one stinky odor or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's one of those things that you got to realize. A cop would come up with an excuse just to check your car. Maybe even claim to drop a little coke or wheat, whatever. Then say, "Wow, look what I found. What's this?" You can say, "Well, that's not mine." Whose is it? You're planted there. How do you know? See, that's why you need a audio and visual equipment in your car. Okay, an audio and visual equipment in your car to catch these fuckers in the act. I came across a video where a guy was driving a Mitsubishi Eclipse, and he installed a audio visual equipment, and the mirrors are also cameras and shit, you know, and they're all on a server, and it can be beamed up to the server on a computer and shit. And he has his car is bullet armored. The glass is double pane proof. This car was modified for your protection. A cop can try to shoot your window out, ping, 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 just little spots. Window intact. Oh yeah. But yeah, just yeah, I mean, just use use a privacy browser. I mean, Incognito is one of them. It's pretty good. I like that on my Windows phone that I used. Nice hand. On my PC, I'll use Google Chrome. I'll use Mozilla Firefox. I'll use Tor. I'll even use Globus. And it's right now it's secure. I'm on Google Hangout talking to you guys, recording this video there, and it's secure. If you lock and there's a lock that says secure. HTTPS, it's secure. But the thing is, just be careful. Okay. You also got these black hat hackers some that do work for the government. Let's just say the NSA, the CIA, the FBI, and so on and so forth. And you want to know what's funny? I'm going to tell you right now. You know what I'm saying? A few years back, I found the story, and it's fucking funny. The NSA, FBI, and the GCHQ are spying on gamers who are on Xbox Live, Half-Life, and World of Warcraft. Okay, imagine these three-piece suit wearing cocksnots playing World of Warcraft or Half-Life. Because the idea is that terrorists might be on these things and might be planning the next attack. I mean, imagine playing Call of Duty Black Ops and talk about the gun you're using, what attachment you got on it, and whatnot. And imagine somebody goes, "Did you just fucking hear that shit? This fucker has a Mag 10 with extended clip and a Skog scope and a silencer type shit. We gotta go and find this motherfucker." And realizing you're playing Black Ops and shit. I mean, this is some fucking funny shit. Now, I tell you what, I mean, I am going to be absolutely honest with you guys. No bullshit, big time, pig time. I'm at a point where most of this is fucking laughable. Okay? Now, one thing that's pretty fucking funny is the FBI says, and I quote, the FBI has 22 plus iPhones. Okay? And they cannot crack not one. Okay. Now, the FBI spent 1.3 million. Okay. They went to Israel, hired these guys. See, they supposedly created this device that can hack into any phone and unlock it in seconds and whatnot. Really? Wow. They spent $1.3 million. $1.3 million. I mean, the 256 AES encryption, that'll be no way in hell. 256 AES. 256 times of trying to get past this encryption and shit. That's why I got the iPhone, because of the encryption chip. So I got me an Android. It's a HTC U11 Life. Run on Android. Nice. And I've had it for a good 5 days. 5 days. And I am so amazed. So amazed. And I tell you what, I will probably baby this motherfucker than I did my iPhone. And tell you what, insane shit. Insane. Before I go, please browse safely. Please browse safely. Wisely. Okay? This is good old Grandmaster Evan here signing off. And if you're new to this channel, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below, and please share this video. I will surely appreciate it. Appreciate it, and don't forget to hit the bell for notification for future videos. And you just watched the Anonymous Liberty Media, brought to you by the Worldwide Resistance Network, also known as TWWRN. Remember, knowledge is free. You'll like it. Go fuck yourself. Peace out. Reverend out.